Hey everybody, we're back. The race will be starting soon. It's not the race I planned. Had to forfeit a team. Hate to do that. We're gonna play the match that the winning team would have played after that. Surprisingly ready to go on the fly. The other team was, so. Current ETA is probably within the neighborhood of 5 minutes. I'm not sure though. We are waiting on players to set up, that's all. Patty B and Mega Kid Icarus. I had to forfeit that team. Couldn't hear from one of the players. They're in round 2. I can't really wait. Okay, everyone's here. I'm just getting the screens in order real quick, and we'll be good to go. I figured I better go ahead and turn it on now so that people knew I was actually doing a race, because I wasn't sure if I was there for a minute. It looks good. Here's our match. Not much confidence on green team.
Hello.
Howdy.
That sure was an adventure, setting this up.
Yeah,
Oh man.
we pulled HX9 out of another game. Come race on the fly without any scheduling at all. Honestly, they were just on and ready to go in light of a forfeit.
Are you gonna do it through SRL too? Or are you just gonna go by?
I'm just gonna go by my own time. I'm just asking them all if they're ready here.
Alright. Let's go team AAA. I'll just play normal Link. I'm pretty sure TJH plays Demon Link, who's pretty much only different with the eyes. He's got red eyes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Open seed this time because it is technically round 3 now.
Oh yeah, right, because we skipped a round.
Yeah. So I pulled it out of the pile of version 25 seeds I had. Looks like I might need to update that soon though. Looks like I'm gonna be in for version 26. Not too long. A little bit of a late start by Raz, but not too bad.
We're seeing WrestleFoz and TGH both going to sync. Looks like TGH is going to do Hooligan Room.
HX9 doesn't have the best connection, but it's working good enough to see what's going on, sort of. I don't think he has a tracker, so I'm gonna have to try and figure out what items he gets while he's skipping like that. TGH, yeah, getting all that money. That's the second time in a row we've seen that.
How much money is in there anyway? 225? Solid.
Going right
That's
back
right into Link's house too. It's right into Link's house too. That sweet 300 in the mushroom spot though. And GG is just South Shore. Conveniently he found 3 bombs here. And do that, although Mini Moldorm Cave with 2 bombs is gonna be a bit shaky. Don't think he can do that. Lots of gloves though.
What we got in Blind's house? Hard to say. Missed the chest. 20 rupees.
You're gonna see the rest of us in a second.
Green bottle.
Green bottle's neat.
This is our second race. We missed the race. We had the forfeit one. So, I mean, technically it's done, I guess. The mirror was in there.
Oh, nice. And the blue boomerang. And the green goo. All these teams checking map really late. Would not pretty much do that immediately usually. It makes us paranoid not knowing what's going on. It also gives you a good idea to plan when to go to Eastern, which is pretty important in my opinion.
Hammer.
Ooh, Fire Rod in Ice Rod Cave. That's a new one.
That's cool. I had to forfeit him because one of the players didn't show up in a scheduled match in round 2, which is kind of holding up the entire thing. I can't really let that one go any longer. Lamp on the bottle vendor. I really don't like forfeiting people, but in a tournament setting, I kind of have to.
That's an expensive lamp. Wonder if anyone's gonna skip that, but I don't think you'd want to take the risk. What if Aga is required?
$100 for a lamp, I'd pay that any day. No question.
You're gonna grab it. They got a lot of money early on.
Yeah. Got some bombs off the bush, dude. The little enemy in the bush.
Yep. Oh, that's nice when he drops bombs. It's so neat. Blue mail in the tavern.
pretty nice. I'm gonna miss the library. I didn't see what it was. I'm looking at the wrong screen.
Yeah, I didn't see what it was either. What's the false going to the risky? I'm just gonna YOLO it, looks like. Oh, he doesn't have bomb!
Dang.
And race game has... I did not see.
Looks like HX9 didn't think the race was worth doing. Whatever that item was not worth the time.
Yeah, apparently not. Flippers in the library, apparently. Ajax is gonna go down and his gloves.
Eastern Palace has a blue pendant. The other two are crystals.
Oh,
Crystal 6 on Tower of Hera.
It's a nice one, Crystal 6. Hera is such a low requirement dungeon. Reservoir's going to escape fairly early. He doesn't have... No, he doesn't have the lamp. Never mind. Either that or he didn't mark it.
He should have it because he went and got the hammer and stuff.
I wonder if their thinking was like, okay, I have 500 rupees. I want to save that for Zora. You go buy the lamp when you're in Kakariko. Well, that doesn't make sense either because TJH would get the money in Kakariko as well.
I'm pretty
so maybe
sure
he has.
Just didn't mark it.
He probably hasn't, yeah.
I don't see how you could justify skipping that when you got that much money.
Yep. Ooh, Ajax goes down.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make his tracker look a little better.
TGH gets the lamp from the bottle vendor.
Bombos and Quake already.
That's pretty nice. Those are among the nastiest items in the game. Those out of the way is always a...
Moon Pearl.
Ooh.
I think we're already ready to go into Dark World here. We got the gloves somewhere.
Yeah, the gloves are at the dam. They can go into Dark World, yeah. Agony not required.
Yeah, HX's stream isn't great, but it's functional enough. We get some action every other second. It just comes in bursts of Link to the Past.
No, I want to say Reservoir's made a slight mistake there. Oh no, never mind. He still has the 3 escape chests. Oh, we're good. I thought his only option for that chest was map or small key, but there's still these 3 chests that TGH is about to check.
They're not
He finds a
great.
small key. He finds a small key, so he's gonna go back to Crossroom.
Does he have the lamp? Looks like he doesn't care.
Yeah,
whether
he does.
Not. All right,
He
good.
picked it up. He didn't mark it either. I saw him pick it up though.
I hate doing this one without the lamp, but it can be done reasonably.
It's awkward.
Jax found the fire rod allegedly. Where was that?
It was in Ice Rod Cave.
Oh yeah, that's
You can
right.
see if you went there. TJH coming up in the cross room. It's a big 20.
He's got the shovel too.
Yes, he's about to check that, it seems.
20
Red
cents.
rupee. More garbage. Hammer Mini Morgan Cave can be such a troll. Guys are just too unpredictable. Reservoir takes pretty good care of it.
HX doing escape. PGH, maybe Eastern. Now he's bailing out.
Yeah. Without Lamb and without Bow, it's kind of hard to justify going there. We do have a dip into Eastern though. I find it hard to justify, but at the same time I really like it because I just think Eastern is such a make or break dungeon.
I like to play like an idiot and take huge risks, so I'm all about what Raz is doing and jumping in the hype cave. It's a pretty solid move, I think. Just going around, and especially in 2 and 2, I don't think it's a risk at all. I think it's the right move.
I like going to hype cave ASAP, yeah.
If I get the option to go into Dark World, I tend to go in and try and do dungeons there with no hearts. Like, I just think it's a good move, but in 1-on-1, I don't think it is, but in 2-on-2, I think it's better.
Yeah, it works a lot better in 2 and 2. That's true. But when you get the option to go to Hype Cave, you just go there. Although it didn't work here.
Yep. He can go straight east though, or all the way to the digging game. It looks like his plan is. Can't do much, actually. Can only
see, the thing is, I like doing this reverse path to Kakariko because he can just clear everything on the southern side, and later when he does the purple chest, he can fly it to Gary.
Yeah. The problem is he doesn't have the mitts, so he's only going to get 3 things here.
Yes.
And that's annoying. Well, he's got the shovel. He wants to check that too. So there's a good reason to come this way.
Yeah. He's going to get stopped by those heavy rocks, but at the same time...
Has all 3 spells already.
But at the same time, it's kind of nice to be able to just know that you can fly the chest with the flute and not have to worry about this path. Because walking that chest is really slow.
You know, has the money to do everything that's left to do. I guess the digging game is expensive. I always forget how much it costs to go digging.
It's 80.
Yeah, and you might not get a single cent of that back. Sometimes you earn cash on it, and sometimes it's just 80 is gone.
Yep.
You could get the item right away. The boots! This paid off big time.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's where TJH is gonna go once he's done with escape.
They're cruising.
They are cruising. Yep, you can't run through bushes without a sword.
Nope.
Easy one to forget, but you're gonna bonk on those bushes. Coming up on digging game, it's gonna be 30 digs because digging game is always a dig like that.
The ice rod.
Ooh, wow, that's like all 3 spells and ice rod. That's nuts. That's like the worst items in the game. And he forgot about his boots.
Ah,
oh, there we go.
Blind and Swamp and Eastern Palace are your optional dungeons.
Yes, and 5 is at Spellwoods, which he can't do right now. Not fully, at least. You don't have mitts, buddy. Can't get there.
You don't need hookshot for Turtle Rock. You need the red cane. You can get there without hookshot, and you can do it too. It's just a little annoying. There's the flippers. Now that they can get them.
Yep. Damn, red team is cruising. This is nuts. Medallions and Ice Rod are the worst items, so having them out of the way pretty much almost guarantees a fast run.
As long as you have the hammer and the mirror, you can get into Total Rock. Titan Mitts, they're actually missing Titan Mitts, so they can't actually get in there.
Yes.
But once they're inside, all they need is the red cane and the rods.
Yep.
Boots for TGH as well. No sword yet.
Yep.
That's pretty gross. No one has one. Actually, TGH.
TGH has one, yeah.
When did he get
Where
one?
did you find that? Damn. Well, I imagine we're gonna see Reservoir going there any second. Wherever it was.
Hobo apparently had it.
Oh.
Fake Clippers got him that sword, and soon everyone will get it because they're all gonna check that. With the flippers that they know where they're at.
Green team doesn't have the boots yet though, and Ajax is walking away from them.
Tower of Hera's basement. Mandatory. Great.
Damn. Well, that's slightly annoying. Ajax sharing the pyramid item. Gets a heart, not the worst.
There's the red cane. Free.
Oh, wow. They need mitts and they can actually go into T-Rock and beat it. 17 minutes and one item away from going into Turtle Rock.
It wouldn't be a bad stop for one of your players either.
No, it's a great dungeon in this logic.
He could do Tower of Hera, but it doesn't look like he wants that to be done.
Tower of Hera. Was it a crystal?
Yeah, it is Crystal 5 or 6. I think
No
it's
reason.
6.
No reason not to do it, in my opinion.
He's taking a pass. I wonder why. Doesn't want to do it with a hammer?
Maybe.
He doesn't have fire. Maybe he's worried that... And in this case, you'd be right to worry that he
That
needs...
could be. Yeah, TJH is on the way up, so maybe he's just gonna check east side and TJH does Tower of Hera.
You could leave Tower of Hera for last, maybe, if the items in there aren't great.
Yeah, but then he's gotta climb the mountain again, otherwise he could do Tower of Hera, do east side, and then save and quit without climbing back up. Oh,
That
also
is
Reservoirs
true.
apparently.
We do have a player with 8 hearts and one with 3.
Damn. And
Unfortunately.
the one with 3 does the most annoying boss in the game.
Yep, and he took a hit too. Not a hard boss though. Only did half a heart with the blue tunic he's got.
Good job.
EGH is going to be the one doing Tower of Hera for red team. Somebody had to do it.
Yeah.
You can't pass up a dungeon like that. He took a death, maybe on purpose to get his health back.
Probably on purpose, yeah.
There's a sword for Rez.
Oh, neat.
So we know where the Master Sword is now between those two.
Yep. Luckily for them, Agony isn't going to be required. What? TJ is just going into the basement without checking that small chest.
I think is, yeah, that's interesting. Because how would they know that? I don't think Rez went in there at all. Hookshot on the right side of the mountain.
Ooh, that's nice. they can do swamp now, which I kind of expect someone to do any second. Swamp has value usually, especially when you get that early. Everything just pointing to swamp.
There is a full mana in this room, luckily. He wouldn't have done that if he didn't know that. I just don't know how he knew that big key was there. That was interesting.
I don't know. Is he gonna check the other chest? Yeah, he is. I don't know. Maybe he just likes doing basement.
I've never seen anybody volunteer to do the basement.
Me neither.
He totally just guessed on that.
I don't know, maybe he thought he opened it or something, he just derped out. I don't know.
Now you can make jokes about running Link to the Past being easy, but if you run it on Beast Nest or something, you'd be surprised at how badly your i7 handles that. We need to switch off back to SNES 9X for my show.
TGH, you found 2 items. There's no reason to go to the big chest. Oh, he realized.
Either that or he's afraid to die. Because he's cutting it close there.
Yeah, true.
When he's blowing
He
up
jumped down the hole.
Oh, he's going for it.
He realized, yeah.
They're also encoding video, technically, because that's what broadcasting requires.
That's the hole of shame.
TGH.
That's the hole of shame.
Big spill, yeah.
If you fall in that hole, you drop 2 floors. Okay, res grabbing that fire rod. Get the sword from Hobo.
Yeah,
and then go to Swamp, I imagine.
I think Master Sword is worth a minute to take.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You don't know if you're gonna get another sword. You might not find one. Who knows what's gonna happen here.
That's definitely a good idea, especially if he really is planning to go to Swamp. He wants that Master Sword for Fighter Sword Argus is no bueno.
Yeah.
He's swimming back. Is he gonna go to Zora? Probably. If he's swimming back, he has to go to Zora.
In the vanilla game, they give you Ice Rod really early, and you have mana for nothing else, right? Like, you get mana when you pick it up, don't you?
I'm not really sure.
I forget when they give you mana, because I don't think you start with a mana bar, do you?
You start with a mana bar. You start with a mana bar.
Other than the lamp, you have nothing to use.
The lamp uses it, yeah. So
yeah.
you get it you have it immediately because the lamp is the first item.
It's been a long time since I played vanilla. So yeah, you would have nothing to do with mana really, except the lamp and the Ice Rod for a long time. Honestly, you're not gonna get Bombos or Ether for a little while, so you could use it until then. And it's not awful, it does good damage on Landmolus.
And coming up on life lessons here. That's even worse.
Being done by HX9.
Not a bad choice. Wasn't that a pendant?
Yeah, it was a green pennant.
To be fair, they don't have the gear to go to Swamp.
I'm actually gonna have to play through Vanilla Link to the Past here soon again because I need to make states for my show on the new system. Gotta remake all 1,500 challenges that I have. And Link to the Past is 10 of those, so there goes 2 hours. Like, I'm gonna have to beat that game real quick.
Well, at least you gotta practice, it's gonna be fast. I am seriously surprised by this lack of Swamped Palace that we're seeing.
It is a pendant dungeon, isn't it?
Is it? Oh, then I'm not surprised. Then I'm just dumb.
I think it is. I think it's one of the ones. Let me see. I do have the log for this one, so I can check. It is the pendant of wisdom. It's one of the bad ones.
Oh, well then my bad.
Thieves Town and Eastern are the other two. And Thieves Town is the allegedly good one. He has the blue cane, I think. I think he got it in here. I think that was one of the items.
That's neat.
I'm trying to figure out what items HX9 has. I gotta look at his inventory next time I see him paused.
Reservoir's knocking out Skull Woods.
I'll open up to the public when we decide what version of BizHawk we want to use for my show. Don't worry about that. I'll let you know. The pendants do nothing. They do nothing.
They unlock the Master Sword pedestal.
Yeah, they're just keys. The green one gives you access to one item, and normally that's the boots, so that makes the green pendant the best item in the whole game, but not in this randomizer, it's not.
That's the first thing, the long path. That chest that he's about to open is always a key.
Yep.
So if you get a small key early, there's no reason to go here. He's just running past it.
He just likes to go give those. Yeah, I don't know what stat you would expect them to give you. They don't do anything though. I don't think he's actually wearing them. He's not wearing 3 pendants. He's just
carrying them around with him.
Yeah, he throws them in, gets the Master Sword, which honestly is a pretty huge upgrade. Vanilla Zelda games, up until Breath of the Wild, they were really good about giving you dungeon rewards to show progress, and they were always good rewards. Like every dungeon felt good to do because you would get something neat.
This game especially has so many items. To be fair, some of them are kind of forced, like the medallions.
Yeah.
But has some neat items.
Even those come with an actual item as another reward. Like you get a plot item and you get a actual item.
Yeah.
Can't really complain about the bow or the power gloves too much. The Moon Pearl's kind of boring because of what it is. It's not like a hook shot or something. It's just a passive thing. Blind doesn't really have a chance against all that stuff HX9 has.
Reservoir is going for that chest. Usually people go for... He already found one item. There's only one item. Drops an item, he can not go to that chest. I guess he's just hoping for more health or something to make Mossy a lot easier. And it's a burrito. He's gonna take a death intentionally to get his health back. That's really smart. He's coming up on the nastiest boss in the entire game.
Yeah.
So I want my health.
Green pendant for HX9, who still doesn't have a sword. That's right. I don't know if SM Bot found one.
Wait, how did he? Oh, he had the blue cane for blind. I was like, wait, did you just hammer blind? And I missed it.
He hammered him a couple times for phase 1 and then used the blue cane for the rest. Pretty crazy strategy to go in there without... Like, he got the blue cane in there, so he's pretty lucky on that front. That would have been really nasty.
Yeah. Well, hammer blind is nasty. That is the wrong item.
Yeah. Not sure what's going on with the res. He's gonna have a rough fight ahead of him here. This is not gonna be a pretty one.
He lost most of his health.
And he's out of mana completely. It's gonna need...
Oh god, and he gets bunny beamed.
He's gonna need a pretty flawless Moldorm to win this. He's got some green potions actually. Maybe he can use those to make this easier on himself.
He can, for sure.
Going to.
Oh, he uses them before the fight? I don't like that. No, he doesn't. Ah, he realizes. You also saw the heart drop, so just gonna
Yep.
get that.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that half heart doesn't mean anything.
No, that doesn't make a difference.
Another one.
Damn!
Nice. Yeah. Oh, now he's
Luck.
gonna win. That's no
Oh
problem.
my god!
That was fortunate.
The clutch. Clutch hearts.
You can't hammer Ganon to death in the normal game now. Not
Yep.
unless some tweak has been done to the game because he is immune.
He's immune to everything except the sword. In swordless seeds, they made him vulnerable to the hammer because that's all you can do, really. None this.
There's not any replacement for the hammer in swordless mode. It's gonna be your primary weapon.
Yeah, Rez just used 2 green potions to kill him off, and he's got to go back to the big chest to get an item. That's kind of annoying.
Green team hasn't gotten the flippers yet. They can. I think we're gonna
Might
see
just
Swamp
be-
soon. We've been doing crystal dungeons. They're kind of locked
And not
out, aren't
finding
they?
anything. Yeah, we're gonna see Swamp soon, I think.
That's why they're doing green pendant and stuff. They don't know where to go. They're running out of choice.
Yep. Nice. I don't think that's gonna work. No. You gotta be closer to that edge, even when you bonk jump. That works. Oh, that's another sword.
Well, swords aren't too hard to find.
In the
Thankfully.
big chest. In the big chest in Skullwoods. Pretty good.
Kind of a pain because the big key is dropped off Mothula, but I would go for it. Just takes a minute. You just gotta walk back.
Yeah. Yeah, flippers are technically unnecessary on this seed because of
Well,
being a pendant, but
I'm currently under the impression that they're not. I feel like
Yeah,
Swamp's
I'm-
gonna have something.
I'm pretty sure Swamp's gonna have something.
We definitely need the flute, the bow, Titan mitts. That's our list. We're really not missing too much, but where are those things? There's not too many places left.
Yeah. Flute is like the big one here because
Yeah.
it can be almost anywhere.
Where the heck is it?
Bow is like an inconvenience. Bits are gonna show up any second, really.
Looks like Rez is going to the swamp. That's my guess.
Yeah, I think so. We're seeing a spy cave here. Spy
Yeah.
cave has been working quite well for me recently, so
Could
we'll
be.
see.
Want to see that flute show up? That's going to be a big advantage for whoever finds it. Because I
Yep.
think Meyer's going to open up the rest of this. I don't think he found it.
I don't know what he found.
I couldn't tell.
I think Mitz is going to be the big one, and once we're probably going to see someone rush towards T-Rock as well.
Didn't go to swamp. Check some other stuff instead.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a fan.
I don't like Palace of Darkness without the bow. I don't feel like there's a chance in there for much.
It's got a really, really low chance to have the bow. Was that AG arrows? Yeah, that was AG arrows on Sahasrala. But TGH has that already, so actually red team knows what it is.
Yeah. Sneaking into King's Tomb, don't think he got anything for it though. Didn't see anything. SMBI goes down, it looks like. He's rocking 5 hearts still. Everyone else has 10. And we had a close Mothula fight with somebody who had 10 hearts and Plutonic and all that stuff, and he's got none of that.
That's fairly ballsy. Mothula is a hard boss, and you're not gonna need that bacon sword that soon, I don't think.
Using Bombos in here because he's got no mana otherwise.
Not even that bad. Of an idea. You should really use the lamp for the first 3 lamps if he does that though.
I don't think he can make it if he doesn't use the lamp. He's cutting it really close.
He definitely can't.
Yeah, he made a mistake. He's got to drink that potion. He does have the potion. Everyone got that because it was free.
Yeah.
HX9 found a sword. I don't know where he got it from. It might have been in Spike Cave. I'm not sure. Let me see what was in Spike Cave. I do have the log. That'll help me keep up with him a little bit. Uh, 20 rupees was in the Spike Cave.
Hmm.
We've seen 3 swords at least. You might have seen them all. Oh, HX or SMVI just could not dodge that last hit.
Oh.
It's a really frustrating, tedious fight when you have no health. You gotta be extremely dodging everything.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of coming here. That sword is not that important. The time you're wasting to get it is.
I was using the lamp. This Gib does hit for quite a bit too. I think they still hit for 1 heart each. Blue Tunic. They're really annoying. Going back in with 3 hearts. He's gonna have a hard fight over and over again. He's got the tunic and he's gonna use that instead of Fire Rod.
Well, let's see how that goes for him. He's probably gonna wait until he's down to 1 heart, I imagine. Not only does 1 heart, so he's not at the risk of...
Rez just picked up the cape real quick. He got him. SMBI did it with no problems.
Nice. Good one.
I don't know if that monkey is actually a monkey or if it's a person who's cursed.
Oh wait, they haven't. Oh, they both have an. I'm dumb. That was red team that has the bacon sword. They don't even know that the sword is here. I thought he came here just for the sword.
Yeah, I don't think anyone on their team has checked that yet. He's still looking for the last item, and for all they know, it's the flute or the mitts. Where are the mitts? The mitts might show up for the flute.
Rosafos finally in.
Look at the hover going on TGH. Check it out.
Oh yeah, he does that.
Yeah, he was showing off last time when the race was on. He was trying to hover across Moldorms, and he ended up falling a couple times instead of just killing Moldorm. I remember that. He's the only one I've seen do it in this whole race too. But that right there was a really good skip.
I can't do it.
That was extremely
I tried.
helpful.
It's a really difficult trick.
So that saves him needing the bow, basically, in the entire dungeon for up until the end. But that being said, logically, there's still not much opportunity for things to be in here.
Yeah, the game never expects you to hover, so...
The problem with this dungeon is that you, if you don't have the bow, and you think about how you could intentionally waste keys, like if you... There's the red sword. If you waste keys on purpose in House of Darkness, you could end up not getting any items at all out of it, pretty much. And that means, like, there's only one chest that actually could have something unless you can access the whole thing. the game will not let you lock yourself out, which means it has to account for you being dumb with your keys.
Yes.
Yeah, Swamp isn't great, but we're not too far in yet.
I like the swamp play. You give them everything so early to go to swamp.
Yeah, I mean, I think Swamp is the right move. I just don't. It needs some time to get to the actual stuff. Is all.
Oh yeah, it's dirty. You can't push that block. It's dirty, yeah. Oh, and he's down to 1 heart, and a lot of the stuff here does 1 heart.
Yeah, there's a lot of healing in this place, especially if you have powder. I mean, not powder, but I mean, you just take the time to open up the stuff. But you do have to bother. I don't think there's any anti-fairs in here.
No, I'm pretty sure there's no anti-fairies.
There's just a lot of regular hearts lying around. There's like 3 on the left that you can get if you want to.
What there?
They are on the bottom side of the left, where the where you fall down. If you go down instead of up, where the pits are, there's a couple hearts. I've been in here really low before, and I looked around because of that. I didn't want to end up dead. You can grab a couple heals right here, and after that you probably are safe, because you really don't have too many threats in this dungeon.
Love how he uses the cape to sneak past the enemies here because he doesn't want to die with one there.
Heart might save his life because he's got to jump down and this thing can hit you.
Yeah, if you dash down with a red sword, it's fine though. It kills him in 1 hit. Or you could just miss.
Yeah, it's picky sometimes.
Yep.
The boss could get him, but it's if you play it carefully, he's really not very hard.
Yeah. With a red sword, all the puffballs are gonna die in 1 hit too.
Checking a Guinness cave on red team.
Yep, there's the mitts. Big chest.
Dang, that's a big deal. That's gonna open up a lot. Swamp was the answer. Swamp is still a pendant. He's gonna clean it up on the way here. His name is Argus with 2 R's.
That's the wrong door.
That sucks too, because it locked the door behind him.
Yes.
That's a shame. EGH is gonna go get his mitts too. It's definitely sometimes the randomizer, despite all of its randomization, kind of funnels you down one route. This route is currently Swamp Palace's mitts. You have to get them now. Can't really do much else until you do.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a whole lot of content being blocked by this one move. We're still missing the flute, and we're missing the bow, and that's it. Not too bad for 40 minutes.
Ajax going to the Swamp Palace as well.
He's concerned about his health, and these guys are being jerks on Resifo's screen.
Yeah, if you want a convenient way to get rid of them, Ether, just kill them all. Alright, time for the puffballs. Worst case scenario be the bow on the tablet. Easter is actually a pendant, I think. Bow can't be there, but the flute can be. Honestly, though, I'm a firm believer that flute on pedestal would probably be better for them than it just being in some random pendant.
The bow,
because
too,
on the
wow.
pedestal. Oh wow!
What a dungeon.
Jesus, well, there's the bow. It's only flute missing now.
Where the heck is the flute? It could be in any of those dungeons.
It could be anywhere. The flute is a terrible last item.
It could be Turtle Rock, Eastern Palace, Palace of Darkness, Ice. It could be literally any place at all. They got the entire overworld now. Is that
they can go anywhere? Yeah.
The only thing they can't do is reach Mire where they need the flute for. That's why they need the flute. So if they could just get in there, they'd be done.
They need to move their butts to Death Mountain right now. There's so much value up there.
Worst case for the flute would be like Shovel and T-Rock or something, like Mushroom and T-Rock. I don't know. It's really not a bad place for the flute to be at this point.
No, not really. Yeah, Fetch Quest isn't the worst thing.
It's just gonna be lying around.
I guess the worst thing that could happen to them would be Mushroom on pedestal, and that leads to the flute, and that leads to the flute. That'd be actually terrible.
I mean, they already have one of the pendants, I guess, so whatever.
Yeah.
They're already a third of the way there. Nobody has the book, so nobody's checked that either. And there's the blacksmiths are open to them now. All of Dark Mountain, and I think that's why.
They can do it. Yeah, they can do everything.
Their world is their oyster right now. And Green Team has HX9 doing it as well, so they'll be right behind them on that. They're not pulling ahead yet. Looks like SMBI is also going to Swamp, probably. Just double down on Swamp. That seems like a good plan. It's gotta be the answer.
At this one, they just figure it's there, yeah.
Red team has a little bit of an advantage. They got to explore first. If they go to the place that it is not, then they'll lose their advantage, obviously, but they do have a little edge here. Rezophosis is the one with the advantage.
I hope he goes to T-Rock. It's such a good place.
I think I would. You can get it done. Might as well. It needs to be done. He needs to do Tower of Peril.
Yeah,
anyway.
you're up here. He's up here anyway.
There's a Titan.
He doesn't need to do Tower of Hera just yet, though. He can just do that right before.
He can do that last, is what I'm saying. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm kind of just figuring it's here. Not gonna lie. T-Rock is just too good. 5 items plus that Mimic Cave, so it's got essentially the same amount of items as Swamp.
PGH needs to not take any more hits here, but he's almost got him.
Yeah, he can handle it.
I hate it when he does this thing that just happened to TGH. You can't hear it, but I can tell it happened. If you kill his puffball right when he starts to spin, he just sits there for like 10 seconds. He just waits.
Yep. GGH missing the quick kill. And there's T-Rock from Red. Oh.
Nice.
Okay. Argus down on half a heart. GGH gets his bow, and I...
Yeah, my tracker that I have basically invisible tracker for all 4 players, and if I have to run one, I just mute the drums because they play anytime I click any item. It's what I do, so that's why you see that.
Actually, Swamp is a crystal, is it?
Swamp is a red pendant.
Oh. Never mind, they're not gonna... And not Swamp, I meant Ice.
Ice is a crystal. The other
Really?
pendant is Eastern Palace.
Ice makes sense, it's right there. Next to Swamp.
Well, you know, if it is on the altar, I mean, it could be, because we're only missing,
Oh,
like,
yeah, totally can
HX9
be.
is already there, almost done. He just needs to go to Eastern Palace, and if he wants to check that, hopefully it's not that. I'm hoping it shows up here in Turtle Rock, that's my bet. Blacksmiths, there's so many places where it could be.
T-Rock would be my bet too. That's why I was hoping someone would go there.
People in the chat really want it to suck, so they're all hoping for the altar mushroom to some other like powder, just over and over again, just the worst. To the book, that would be the extension of badness.
Oh wow.
To the book, to desert. That would be the worst. If Landmolus had it and that was the chain of events, like that's the worst thing I can come up with. Yeah, Rez and TGH are doing the right thing here. Well, Rez dying to change helms isn't the right thing, but that happens sometimes. They're splitting up, doing Turtle Rock and Ice. And it looks like HX9 is doing the same thing already. He's already in Ice. He left Ice, I wonder why. It's hard to tell.
What, he left Ice? Who? Oh,
HX9.
I don't know. Maybe not confident in it. It is a pretty difficult dungeon. Moving towards EP.
Interesting. Wonder why. Maybe doing Palace of Darkness, maybe thinks that's a better play. Yeah, that's what he's doing. That's a good idea.
Makes sense. Ooh, Reservoir's dying again.
That's another pretty solid. Maybe he just felt like Ice Palace. Maybe you don't want to do that one now. Maybe it's not as good as Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, that makes sense. Reservoir's getting in trouble with those chains.
Yeah, they're shutting him down.
Yeah, kind of hard to handle, but you gotta lure them away from the chest.
They randomly move the first 2 hops, and then the third one they charge right where you are at. So you can manipulate the third bounce. Hopefully they're not in the way in the first 2. You can also use the cube like he just did there to get some iframes, but unfortunately they weren't attacking him then, so it didn't work.
Was good enough though. He got his key.
Move it on. There's a lot of work to do left after this flute gets found. A lot of people need like 4 or 5 crystals each.
Yep. It's really only on for the flute. A lot of this race is going to depend on who finds.
The nice thing about teams is we only have to go mode half the dungeons that you would normally have to do because the other person's on the other half. So worst case scenario is we see every single dungeon get fully cleared and it still wouldn't take terribly long.
Yep.
Hovering across the pit, TGH has no time for hook shot. Incredible.
Jesus Christ.
What a good move. Oh jeez, Raz got taken out by anti-fairs. They blocked the way.
I don't understand how the man manages to hover so consistently. It's nuts.
You don't like to see the players having 1 crystal and 2 pendants at 54 minutes, but that's the case for 2 of the players right now on either team.
Big part of the reason though, they did Swarm. And they've been splitting up really well. like both teams doing a lot of teamwork.
I like to look at my tracker after an hour, and if I have 4 crystals, I consider that to be a pretty average run. You know, like after an hour.
Yeah,
If that's not the case, I feel bad. I feel like I'm messing up or the seed sucks.
It always depends on the seed, you know.
Yeah. In this case, certainly is a nasty one.
Didn't make it easy with the with the 2 items, with Swamp gatekeeping everything basically.
Yeah, they did have access to Swamp pretty early, and they chose not to do it because it's dependent, which makes sense.
Yep.
It's still a good call to check.
It's like, you don't want to go in pendant. It
God.
takes too long.
Rez, don't die again. You gotta get out that door, man. You gotta
Don't
do it. Oh, jeez.
Just never. Oh, God.
That's a wacky way to do that. Alright, nice work.
Okay, doesn't forget about Mimic Cave.
Now that he's outside, he's locked here. Pretty safe.
Yeah. If he dies in Mimic Cave somehow, then that's really bad.
Yeah. That's pretty... Man, you'd have a hard time getting hit in here.
Yeah, that's true. It's pretty hard to die in here.
I've had to throw bombs across the side and I took damage from that. Like, that's the only way.
Oh, the health refill! Clutch.
Well, we've seen ice and Turtle Rock here and not seeing too much. No flutes, that's for sure. Palace of Darkness also is being cleaned up. So that's 3 dungeons out. That's pretty annoying. Where's this thing at? We could be still in Turtle Rock. We still have a big payoff in that one.
Yeah. There's still the laser room.
Yeah, Turtle Rock and Swamp both kind of... Most of the items are in the back just by design.
Mm.
I bet we... What do we have? Like 4 items left in Turtle Rock here, actually?
I didn't follow too closely. It's got to be at least 4, yeah.
We need 1 key, and I think the rest are items.
Yes. Odds on desert. We don't have access to desert here yet.
Oh, the
so
worst
far
thing would still be that book on the altar.
There's still a good chance for a blind pedestal pull coming up here.
Ugh. I hope not. We haven't seen one of those in a long time. All through it all, like it doesn't show up.
Yeah, I had the book on the pedestal the other day in a run, but it wasn't. Ooh, Reservoir's going off the rails here.
He's back on him. He's got it.
Yeah, it's fine.
SMBI getting ready to take on Cold Stare. Needs a little bit of HP. Looks a little concerned about it.
I'd be concerned about Cold Stare.
Also, those little ice guys chasing him. They hit so hard. You wouldn't believe how hard they hit. Jeez.
Do they?
They hit. I think they hit as hard as anything. Like I think they're as strong as chain jumps.
Reservoir struggling with the laser room here a little.
You wouldn't expect some idiot ice monster to bumble at you and hit you for like 4 hearts, but it does.
Yep. Ooh, eating a death here. Right after you got the single arrow.
SMBI needs to be careful. Oh, they have both crystals. I didn't even notice. They could check the bomb fairy later too.
Oh,
that's
damn.
2. That's 2 options. Oh, SMBI is almost dead. Using the cape to just try and finish the boss off before it's too late. It's gonna run out on him though, I think. He's gonna have to do a little bit of footwork here.
When that cape runs out, you can't move for like half a second.
Yeah, gotta be careful.
It's terrible on Cold Stare, yeah.
Nice. Got him.
Ends it nicely though.
I was really concerned we'd see a death there. That would have been a nasty death to take.
Ooh, Rez taking another death.
Rez is having a really hard time with Turtle Rock.
Yep.
There's not much for it though, like he's not gonna get too much more power than he has. Like he's got 12 hearts, blue tunic.
His gear isn't bad.
He's just having a bad time.
Yeah. He's going back.
He needs a little bit of mana, I think. Unfortunately.
Oh, right. He needs the mana. True. So
Really
you gotta eat
annoying.
that furry.
He does have to be able to cast the red cane one time.
Yep.
And then he has to fight these two jokers with his sword.
Probably be faster to just die against them. They hit so hard. And it gets you right back to that big chest entrance. Oh, there you go. Actually, you could have just mirrored. Wouldn't even need to die for that.
Eastern Palace for HX9. Gonna clean the rest of it up.
I want to see that blind pedestal fall. I want to go to the pedestal after.
I mean, that's what it looks like. That looks like what's gonna happen here, because
He has the pendant from Swamp, right?
he has two. This is the last
Yeah, he's
one.
gotta have the one from Swamp. It's not marked on his tracker, that's why.
Yeah, I haven't updated it. It's my bad.
Oh yeah, right. It's the one you made there. Yeah. Damn. Oh my god, if he pulls that pedestal and it actually has the flute, it'd be the craziest thing. Okay, Reservoir's back here.
I wonder how
He's gonna
much
set
of
the
an-
flag this time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I wonder how much of an edge that would be. Like, that sounds really bad for red team, but TGH does have two pendants already, so I don't know how much longer they'll go without getting that. I think that would be the best thing for green team. Would actually be if the flute was there, though. That would be ridiculous. But
Yeah, flute at pedestal
oh,
is
God.
probably the best hope.
I'm betting it's in one of these three chests that Rez is dying to open. He's unfortunately can't succeed. He can't use his cape, has no mana. He's got to go brute force it. You can do this with iframes, actually. If
You can use the
really-
iframes, you know.
He needs to really be fast about it, but he can get a chest with the iframes. He's taking a little too long, unfortunately, to do it.
Ooh.
The only one you can't iframe to is the fourth one up there. It's too far. The other three you can get.
You
just needs
can
to-
come in from the top though. You can come in from the top though, jump, respawn
that's
at the
true.
top, and then use the
Yeah.
iframes.
I've never done that, but you could. Man, he's just not getting it. He's just not having it.
Oh man.
I know what he's trying to do is walk across without getting lasered. But yeah, I don't think you can. Well, he did it with the dash. I didn't think he could. He got the key. Is he just gonna go with the key? Is he gonna ignore this?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Man, that must be really frustrating. He's right
Oh
there.
yeah. And you can't leave either, because if he does Trinex now and TGH does this dungeon later and the flute is here, then he's gotta walk all the way back.
Is it really not here? There's only two items left. There's the boss item and this. I played enough Breath of the Wild Master Mode to determine that I could finish it, so I'm pretty much done with it. I don't think I'm going back to that. It really wasn't that much harder. Heart piece.
Damn. All of that work. That death is probably not the worst thing, at least he gets to refill his health.
You're supposed to have the mirror shield normally to block those lasers.
Yes.
And in that case, it's a little weird because when you hold your sword out, you hold it to the left or whatever. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward blocking those lasers. This is the Mirror Shield dungeon. This is late game. They ran out of good prizes to give you. They just throw the Mirror Shield at you. And the blue tunic is a good prize, but it's not an exciting prize. Blind pool. I can't see what it is though.
Oh, God.
No.
It's a moment of truth.
Oh my god, it's the flute.
Oh my god. Oh, what?
I saw it. I saw the flute in
Yeah,
that split second.
Oh my god. That
Unmuting
is-
the drums.
Crazy.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that deserves the drums. Holy hell.
That's huge.
SMY is just dropping everything. Yeah, he needs to get. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is. I don't even know what to say. TGH is on his way to find it out. So
Yeah, TGH
It's not
is
the
right
worst
there.
thing.
They only got a 2-minute lead out of that.
So that's nuts. Like, it looked like Red was winning by a landslide, and now they have the flute. Green, that is.
Yeah, TGH is right behind. He's got 2 pennants, and this is why I said earlier I didn't think... it's still good for green. It's the best thing that could have happened to him, I think, but it's still not a huge lead.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not as huge as you would expect something so annoying to be. I don't think anyone thought it was there. Rez might have a lot of work to get his. But if he knows the flute's there, he just knows that he has to do all the dungeons. And so he gets to start working on them.
So Rez finished T-Rock. He's gonna do... I don't know, GG is already done.
He's going straight to the altar, it looks like. Turtle Rock was a big waste of time, unfortunately. It surprises me a little bit. He's doing Tower of Hera now. He's gonna get another dungeon off the list.
That makes sense. GJH gonna pull that pedestal.
Can't wait. Rest took a lot of deaths. That was a lot of time lost.
Yes.
Another blind pool. The blind pool flute was just gross as heck.
Got a nuts. Everyone blind pulling.
Freaking flute. This is so goofy. There is nothing left to find. That's everything. That was the big, big key item that was missing. We have Silver's red sword. Red tunic would be nice. Gold sword would be handy. That's about it. Powder would be handy. I think nobody's found powder. But those are all like nice items, not mandatory items. Let's see where the book is. Now that we no longer need it.
Yeah, might as well check.
Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, that was a required blind pull.
Not only is it in his tower, it's in like the last chests almost. It's pretty far up there. Pretty dang far up there. It's not the last chest, but it's on the way.
Damn.
Required blind pull for the flute to do Mire.
That's brutal.
They're pretty even now. That's hard to say who's winning. Reservoir's lost a whole lot of time. I think that killed any lead that Red had.
Yes.
He was pretty well off when he got there that early, but him dying that long kind of set him back to where they are. Nobody's looking for any items at this point. I don't think anyone cares about the red tunic or the gold sword enough to... So what we have here is just the next 45 minutes we'll be cleaning up the remaining dungeons. Everybody will be working on that. TGH with 3 crystals and all the items I think is in the lead right now.
Yes.
SMBI is right behind him with 4 and almost got the thing.
Yes.
He might need to do blinds, actually.
I'm not sure.
The missing player from the other round finally showed up and is apologizing, but that's we had to forfeit that match. And who did the Duck Game music?
I don't even know. I never even played that game.
Oh, it's really good.
Is it?
It's a pick up and play 4-man brawler. It kicks ass.
Oh, damn.
It's really cheap too. If you ever want to play, it's the kind of game you can just hop in and go, and it'll take you a while to pick it up, but you'll still have a good time. Armo's getting wiped out.
Yep.
TJ's wasting no time getting Meyer done right after he does it. And Rezifos is not in any hurry to go Salute. He's gonna get that at his own pace. He's doing Palace of Darkness, probably swing over to Eastern after.
Yeah, makes sense. Might as well at least pod while you're here.
And Vitreous has no chance against Silver Arrows. I didn't see TGH, however, but he probably did. He's done it twice already in this race.
I don't think he would do it there. I might have.
You can use the boost
Big
there,
key
so
is here.
I don't know why you would.
Big key is here. If the big key was there, he probably would have hovered across to the other side there. But you need that big key.
Yeah, Duck Game is basically Worms Armageddon without the turn-based aspect. It's basically an action-based Worms Armageddon.
Oh, really?
It's really good.
Yeah.
As a Worms Armageddon fan, all the races look pretty good here. I'm not sure how this is going to go. It's going to come down to just who's better at clearing dungeons, I think, because I think they're pretty well off. Everybody's in the same place.
Yeah, they seem pretty even. Oh, SMY still has to go for Feasttown, though.
Yeah, that'll slow him down a little bit. But Rezifos taking all those deaths is going to... Like, SMY has 4 crystals, too, so he's actually...
Yeah,
he's still
that's
got a
true.
dungeon done. He just didn't do this one. Here comes that 30-second wall slide on TGH's screen. Can't do a whole lot about that. It seems like something that would annoy the hell out of a speedrunner having to do that room, but I like to take the break in the middle of a run. There's 30 seconds.
It's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying. I don't like it.
It feels bad in this because you don't know if it's required. But it is required in vanilla, isn't it? You need that big key, don't you?
Yeah, you need the big key in Swan. In Meyer, I mean.
The seed could have been worse. It's just an altar seed. Those are automatically annoying. But it's not a bad one for altar seeds. As far as this one goes, it gave them everything except the flute, basically, right away. You can't complain when you have the boots and the red sword in 10 minutes, or whatever they had. There's that big key. Ice Palace for HX9, going back in this time. Finish it.
Yep. He's got more health this time. He's got the same amount of magic, which can't make you feel too good base magic, but it'll do. I hope it will.
Silver arrows again.
Uh-oh. Clutching blind.
Enjoy your pendant. Did anyone turn that in? I bet they did. I just didn't see what it was.
Yeah, I would imagine there were like 2 people that got early green.
It was a 10 bomb upgrade. If anyone did get it, that's what it was. Not too exciting, but it is twice the capacity of the other one, right?
That's important. Well, yeah, no, nobody's going to be very happy about that one.
Red got flute a couple minutes after green got it. They were right on track. They went down the list and they actually did Eastern Palace, I think, last out of the dungeons available to them. That's just when it ended up showing up. Like, they did ice and they had somebody doing Turtle Rock. And then he just went and got his last pendant. Just guessed that it would be in there. Pretty easy cold stare fight here. Still a little dangerous, but as long as you don't tank a whole bunch of damage, should be okay. Yep, Rez is the last one to get the flute. He's getting it right now. He doesn't have silver arrows yet, either, or he forgot to turn them on. I thought they were at Sauceralos. That'll slow him down here a little bit.
Yeah. TGH has the silver, so they know where they are, right?
Yeah, they should be.
And I don't know why they wouldn't get it.
They're at Sauceralos hut.
You should have gotten them then.
Definitely worth the
Probably
trip.
Probably just forgot about it. Maybe he's gonna get them now.
Yeah, I just got a reminder about how bad things are without him. Has to take this dumb warp. He's gonna do Eastern Palace of Darkness? No. Looks to me like he's going after them. Because he would have saved and quit if he was turning in the flute.
Yeah.
Carefully not turning in the green pendant. There he goes. Now he's all set.
Yep, they're silvers. So what's missing? HX is... Does he need to do... Tower of Hera after?
Let's get something a little bit faster paced playing here. Got Total Rock for HX. I'm not sure how many crystals they have. I need to take a look here. They got the first 5, so...
Oh yeah, so he probably only needs Tower of Hera in this.
That's pretty far along. I think that's right. Yeah, that is accurate. They're moving pretty fast.
TJH on his way to T-Rock. TJH is definitely ahead here. Ajax made it into T-Rock first, but he also still has to do Tower of Hera. A lot of this is really going to come down to how fast green team can finish and how long it's going to take Resifos to catch up.
Yep, he ended up being a little bit behind at the end of this. Total Rock was a big wasteland of items.
Yep. A bit of miscommunication there. TJH should have not gone fast. That was the compass.
I think TGH is on his last crystal, so he's poised to take first here right now, barring Ganon's Tower being a nightmare for him. Tower of Hera will not take HX9 too long.
It's not going to take too long, but...
They do have to do the basement, right? So there's that.
Yes.
It's going to add a minute or two. I think everyone else has done that already. I haven't had the full average time and actually see who won very many times. This might be one of those.
It might be. We gotta hope. Death and T.
Rez looking for health, I think. He's not too happy about the fight coming up here. I wonder if he still has any of those mana potions. Oh, this is going to be dangerous for him.
It's a tough fight ahead of him. He definitely...
Ugh. I would use the cape and start off with a spin. It's going all DPS. If we can avoid getting hit by those clouds. They move so slow, they don't seem dangerous, but they get you.
You get you, mainly because of falling ice and because it's 3 of them.
The ice will only do 1 heart, I think, so he's good there.
Yes.
For 1 hit, anyway. Not good, but able to take at least 1 hit from those. Not from the clouds, though. They will kill him. He got it, though. Nice work.
Nice.
Handily done. That makes a big difference.
Oh yeah, dying on cold steer here on top of that, all of that, disastrous. Especially because he could go back to the entire end of the dungeon.
If he died there, yeah, it might have been over for red team. They can't afford that kind of death right now. That makes a big difference on how this is going to play out.
Yep. Green team finally finding that single arrow.
Well, Rez has all the annoying stuff out of the way now. He's got to go clean up a couple more. TGH about to go fight the boss.
Those Rez have to do, that's what Desert Palace and Misery Mire, yeah. So it's gonna activate that flute? No.
Very quick Trinex.
Oh, he doesn't even have the flute yet.
Yeah, he's got to do blinds. That's gonna set him back. That's why him and SMBI are. That's why SMBI's ahead of him. He's got to do blinds and then go get Mire done. And I don't know what his other dungeon is. It might be Turtle Rock as well. I mean, Tower of Hera. I'm not sure. Blinds is way shorter than Turtle Rock though, and he can go mode it too, so go mode on Turtle Rock doesn't save a whole bunch of time. It's a really annoying dungeon that just kind of drags. I think the best you can do there is know whether or not you need to grab a key off the cactus guy.
Yes.
And in this case you don't, I don't think, because there's...
I think the best thing you can know is whether you can skip the big chest, but the cactus guy is not too far behind.
Well, place your bets on where this key is in Ganon's tower. TGH is here, and he needs every second he can get to win this team. He needs to really lock in a good first place to make up for Rez right now, because Rez took a lot of unfortunate hits in Turtle Rock.
I'm gonna go with 7 here.
HX9 needs the ice rod. I marked it off, but I shouldn't have, because I didn't see that he didn't have it yet. He's digging for it. That's where it was, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's here.
He needs that so he can go get Turtle Rock finished. It's a little stop. The thing about ice rod is that you don't need it until Turtle Rock, so he didn't bother until now. It makes sense. It has no value. Did he do the tower room?
I don't think he did.
Okay, well, that's 6. Not done yet.
No.
It's Turtle Rock for Green Team and Tower of Hera 2. Oh, did HX go all the way to the boss and not have Ice Rod? That really hurts. I thought he was in there. Dang. I didn't even think about it. Oh, that's too bad. He forgot to get Ice Rod, actually.
It's actually quite a setback.
We've opened 11. We found the net. Didn't find the big key yet. It's pretty far back in here. That's 12. I like the boomerang move. I'm bad at it. I tried to do it.
Same. I tried to do that. I tried to do that all the time. I can never do it.
The boomerang with the hook shot right there. Wonder Nuba, thanks for the host, man. We're at the tail end of a race and it's going to be a close one.
Yeah. Especially it's going to be an awkward one because TJH is going to finish first and so far ahead of everyone.
Oh man, Raz took a death on blind.
Oh no!
He needed that mana for blue cane, not cape.
Yeah.
Gold sword, but still nothing. There's really not very many chests left here. There's Bob's chest, there's 3 behind them, and then there's the tower room, 5 to go.
Yep.
Dying in blinds is one of the better dungeons to die in. If you had to die, it's really not that far. He's already back, trying again.
It's not the worst. It's not the worst, but he can't afford this now.
He needs to knock this out, yeah. Unfortunately, he has no mana for anything. It might be a good idea to stop and get some potions after this.
Ooh, SM bug eating a death.
Blind is
Didn't
dead.
see what happened there.
He's got that down. Now he can go pull out his flute. If HX9 really did go in without Ice Rod and had to come all the way back, there's the 4th mana and big key, by the way.
Wow.
Chest 20 had the big key. They might have lost the race just because of that mistake with the Ice Rod. That gaff might have cost them a lot of time. It's pretty big.
Yeah, that's super big.
He should be in Ganon's tower right now. This is what, that's what it would have been if he had brought that with him.
Yep.
Rez is almost there. He's got to do Mire, I think, and that's it. Maybe
And Desert.
Desert's gonna be, yeah, that's gonna be pretty fast though. So that's not too bad.
Yep.
Tower of Hera is a little longer than usual because the basement is required. It's gonna add a minute or 2.
Gotta sit through that tower room.
Normally Tower of Hera is the fastest one, but in that case, Desert probably a little faster.
Ooh, did you set the flag? SM by?
You did.
Okay, it's all good then. It's probably a plant death.
Our players are having a lot of trouble. We had a lot of deaths in this run.
Yep.
I don't think TGH went down. Did he? Maybe on purpose.
I think he died on purpose once or twice. I seem to remember.
Yeah, I think that's the only time he's gone down. Just to heal.
Yeah.
On Mothula. It was Mothula, I think. But TGH is on his way to the end as long as he can finish Ganon's tower without any trouble here. He's a little low on health, but he's not too worried about it, doesn't seem like. Rez needs to go finish Mire and Desert. He missed his bird. He's... Oop. SM Bai is about to enter Ganon's tower, and HX9 has a little bit of work in Turtle Rock, and then Tower of Hera to go.
Ooh.
SM
I
Bai
don't
got
like
taken
starting.
out.
I don't like starting with the blue head.
Yeah, it takes a
It
little
makes for a
while.
really wacky fight. You can kill the red one before the blue one even moves usually. So waiting for the blue one puts you
Hey,
in a
the
really weird position.
Book of Medora. There it is.
There's the book. Well, that's confirmation at least that, well, for them, that they had to do that blind pull. Probably
Yep.
going to see TGH hover here, if I had to take a guess. He always does it. Just show off like that. There
He
you
did
go.
it successfully too.
Nice.
Save some time. Hopefully he doesn't go down to Aghanim. But what was in the last chest?
We'll never know.
Maybe his partner will get it. I mean, the only thing of value could be
Oh, SM by going down again.
SMBI's having some trouble. Todoroki is killing him. He needs to be in Ganon's tower.
They need the extra time now. They need every second they can get.
It's just
At this
time.
point, I feel like most of these guys, besides TJH, should be panicking pretty hard.
Yeah. It could be anybody's game right now. We can't afford deaths. That's not good for anybody.
Yes.
Nobody is safe right now. TGH is locked in. Ganon's tower is complete. He's ready to go fight the boss.
Wouldn't be surprised if he just runs straight in the game and refills his health before he.
Res seems like they're lost. You don't really need to go to that part of Mire.
No, you never do. Oh no, SM by me. Fine. Never mind. All good. All good.
He's got it. He had to use a blue potion there if you don't have to, but whatever. Better than restarting the boss again. He's gonna get him this time. TGH is raring to go with 2 health in this Ganon fight. As long as he doesn't take a hit, he can wrap it up pretty quick. He's doing just fine. He's got past the hard part already, so.
It's execution. Standard game, and his execution is on point. He's practiced a lot.
You go red first because red pops out first. Ice is way more annoying, and you want ice to be dead, but ice takes too long to stick out his head, and then red goes crazy.
Sure, fast enough, you can kill the red one before the blue one even moves.
Yeah, you can stop the ice from happening if you're quick anyway, so it's definitely the way to go. TGH has locked it in, 138, 20 something, he's got it.
Yep.
He didn't know we were on average time last time and he was messing around outside the door. Didn't finish for like 10 minutes.
Well, that's the first one. I love how the ending screen says, "I'm sorry for this terrible flute." Uh-oh, we're coming up on a really, really rough Vitreous here. Oh, looks like he's good. Yeah, that's good. Easy.
I'm telling, I go by SRL. Like, if they were in SRL, they would know if somebody finished, so I just type it in Discord to let them know that one person is done, so they know the TGH is finished and no one else has. That was a really close Vitreous fight. Jeez. HX9 entering the tower.
Yep.
Rez has got to go finish Desert real quick. Here's where every second that TGH got them is going to be the deciding factor.
Yes.
I'm going to have to go by average time here. Assuming no one dies in Ganon's tower or anything like that. They need to get
Well, it
second
could
or
happen.
third.
Nobody has the powder. So we can see all sorts of crazy things in Ganstown.
Yeah. If Rez gets second or third, then they've automatically got it on red team.
Yes.
Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go by average team time. They did the split, which is gonna slow down one of the players a little bit because we know it's not over there.
It's behind Armos.
Yeah,
So
they
it's
could
fine,
just keep
actually.
going. That would work. You don't
Yeah,
usually
they
see
both
that
just
though.
keep going.
Rez knows where the key is, so he can go right into Ganon's tower when he gets there, but he's still a couple minutes back. All this searching around for the big key that they're doing, he won't have to do, but even so. The pressure is actually on green team more than Rez, I think, because
Yes.
they have to make up for a good chunk of time here. They not only have to beat him, they have to beat him by a couple minutes. A death in Ganon's tower for just about either team, honestly, would probably wrap it up real quick. That would probably be it if only one player died. Whoever that was would cost it. They can't afford. Nobody can afford that. It's too close.
Yeah. It's easy to die without that powder.
Not having the powder sucks. There's half. The fourth mana is gonna be nice though, and there's the big key. Green team both got it at the same time. They're both moving on. Rez is just now getting there. He's got a little bit of a journey through the basement to go. He can skip a whole bunch of it though. So they're about 3 minutes ahead of him, which is not enough of a lead yet. They need to pull ahead more than that. Because they're gonna finish like something like 10 minutes after TGH, so they need to beat him by a considerable amount.
Yep. Reservoirs is making his way to here on out 2, is he? Yeah, it doesn't look like he's missing anything.
Yeah, I think he's got it all. He's just gotta climb this mountain. This mountain alone takes a minute. This mountain really sucks.
Yep. It's not really designed about randomizer, to be fair. Like, you were supposed to actually walk to Gen's tower after T-Rock and it would be really convenient. But climbing it like that is just tedious.
This way is a little slower because of all these transitions. Yeah, I hate this path. This mountain's... There's no fast way up this mountain.
It's really annoying. If you take the light world path, it's short, but then you gotta run to T-Rock.
HX9 nearly died, but made it to the fairy room. Is okay now.
Yeah. Oh, HX is stuck for me. Oh no, it's moving in. Never mind. And Mola's being jerks as always.
Rez is on his way now. It's just Ganon's tower left. Less than 10 minutes left in this race, probably.
I love how despite all of the nonsense that happened, SM Bai somehow is still on 9 hearts. It's just, like, I don't understand. They checked almost everything. How does he...
Yeah. And there's also the red tunics missing.
Yes.
Where's that at? Like, there's not anywhere left to look. It could be in one of the mire. I don't know if anyone checked.
Could be in tile room. Could be in tile room or the big chest or something. You wanna check?
Yeah, let's take a look. Oh, I see where it is. We might still see it.
It's in validation chest, isn't it?
It might be. It might be. It might have been hovered right by.
Well, TJ doesn't need it, so we're probably gonna see it if it's in validation. Most people open that chest just for the memes.
I mean, it would actually be helpful here. It would be nice to have.
Oh yeah, it would be. Like, SM Bai at this point would be fine with a heart, I feel like. Leave alone the red mail.
Oh man, Moldorm not letting him dash through him. I don't know how safe I feel doing the dash. That kind of stuff happens to me. That right there.
It's really safe, actually.
I feel good with my normal way. I better be careful. Don't want to get killed by Aghanim. Or the turtle room has actually gotten players before too. It's pretty dangerous. There is the red tunic. It's all there. She's got everything. Rez has almost got the big key. He's got the whole climb to do. So that's the difference between him and the other 2 players right now. Just that tower.
Yep. That tower does take a good... It takes really long. It takes like 7 to 8 if you're fast.
It's gonna be close. Where's he heading now?
He's gotta get a key. He's gotta get a key. You gotta get a key! Oh my god, if he goes up without a key, it's over. Oh, okay, it's good.
HX9 is on 1 health here. My dude. And so is SM Bai. Don't go down. Okay, SM Bai's got a heal potion. Oh my god. TGH coming on in. Hey TGH, nice work.
Hey, what's up? Thanks.
Nice run.
That was
How about that?
that was crazy. That's actually the first time I've ever had a blind pedestal seed.
No way around it.
No, absolutely zero. Yeah, that was funny.
This is a really close race and we're not sure who's gonna win right now. We need to see who finishes.
Let me pull up the stream. Hang on a second.
Yeah, SM Bai just did Aghanim. HX is shortly before Aghanim. Oh, is he stuck?
Rez is in trouble.
He needs to mirror. Oh, or that. Oh, that works.
Rez had a lot of trouble in Turtle Rock and it's putting him back, but he's not the only one who had trouble. It's pretty close right now, but he's on his last heart. And Ganon's tower too. Maybe you can make it to that ferry room.
Cape strats? Yeah. I was watching HX9's stream, sorry.
He's got half a heart for Aghanim.
He just wants to finish that Aghanim fight. After that, you can just eat again and get your health back.
4th mana, Rez is going to use Cape to get through these 2 rooms and get to the ferries, looks like. Green team is on Ganon now.
Both of them, yep.
Okay, he's got a full heal and he's got full mana. Rez is climbing on up the gauntlet.
Doesn't look like SMY is gonna have any trouble with this fight. So I can hit her again. Uh-oh.
And instead, SMY's got him.
Yeah. Ajax does have a red sword. He does attempt again. I'd honestly just hug him. Yeah, there you go.
I think Rezi's good on arrows.
Yep. Got
Yeah,
plenty.
I think that's 30 on Ajax.
There's a whole bunch after this too. Like there's 5 right in the next room.
Oh.
HX9's stream is a little choppy, but we're trying to
Oh
figure
shit,
out how he's
what
doing.
was SM Buy's time? What was SM Buy's time? Did you catch it?
Yeah, I wrote it down here.
Okay.
I put it on screen. 150.43.
It's gonna be so close, oh my god. Again down on Ajax.
So we should have a time that Rezi has to finish by for the average to work out.
Yeah. I'll give it
Yeah,
to
we
you
should
right
have.
now.
Like
152.50 is the other player's time.
that book location is epic. Wow, Mulder.
Let me see if these guys want to join the call too.
Sure.
Yeah, I think you bought Rez quite a bit of time. I think you guys got it. Because I'm feeling like it's going to be 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Yeah, something close to that.
So he's got 10 minutes to beat Ganon. That's quite a bit of time with what he's got. He found the red tunic, also, in the chest Jet hovered past. That was the one missing thing from full equipment, really. I can count on one hand how many times I've had to look up average time in this race so far out of 50 matches. Didn't come up as much as I thought it would, because it requires one. Most people finish right beside the teammate a lot of the time. You want to join the call us by? If you do, you can just hop in AFK room. Otherwise, good race. You both pulled the flute around the same time. There was a lot of troublesome things happening on both sides. A lot of deaths. Oh no, Rez went down to Ganon. I typed in Discord that it was average time for teams, and it's been average team time this whole time too. This ain't finished yet. If you can get to phase 4, it should be okay.
Yeah, Silver's give a good cushion.
This has been pretty brutal for Rez. He had a whole lot of trouble in Total Rock. We were watching him get chain chomped, and he just died quite a few times trying to get the last 4 chests, and they ended up being nothing anyway.
Chomps are awful.
Just a couple more arrows.
Yep. Pull out of some too.
That does it. Well, really close race, guys. But red team has definitely won.
Yeah,
with
that was some seed.
Nice work, Rez. You did it. 1:59:05 is your time.
GG.
GG.
Give me the news, Doc.
You guys won. You had 5 minutes to spare, basically. Because team averages. You did it. How was Total Rock? I wanted to hear what you had to say about that.
Just at normal Turtle Rock. Business as usual. Honestly, not gonna lie. I asked Tej like 3 times before, what should I learn? And never... We just didn't think of laser skip. That wasn't a thing. I just now I know. Laser skip was a good idea.
You just didn't have any mana to get through there easy. You had to do it the hard way, and you didn't get it happening.
Not to mention the double chomps.
Yeah, those two. Those are always a pain.
And not getting the safety door, whatever. Good stuff.
Well, you guys did win. You had EGH finish at 138, and the green team finished at 150, 151 basically. So you ended up with 12 minutes to spare, and you had 5 left at the end of that. So good game. I'll see you in the next round.
Yep, that was fun. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, GG, guys. Well done.
It'll be a while before I get that round. That is lower bracket round 4. I gotta do lower bracket round 3 still, which is one that'll take a while. And then round 4 up top, and you'll be playing whoever wins one of those, whoever loses one of those. I think. I don't know who it will be yet. Oh no, you'll be playing against one of the it'll either be Hey Tallman and Flaming Rock or Adirondack Rick and Dark Kuko. One of those 2 teams.
Alright, sounds good.
Thanks for coming.
No problem. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Alright, peace out, guys.
Yep, take it
See
easy.
ya.
I forever.
Chat, if you're interested in following the runners, their Twitch names are on screen, except for HX9's. His Twitch name is different. I think it's... He told me what it was. Yeah, there it is. It's, I don't know if he wants it advertised or not, so there it is. But, thanks for coming, everybody. Good game. I'm gonna play something else, but I'm gonna take an hour to do it, so I'll see you then if you feel like coming back for an RPG. Thanks for coming, Problems. Thanks for staying up all night.
Yeah, thanks. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
Although I am kind of done now.
tomorrow we got 2, I think, and Wednesday we might have a couple.
I'm probably going to be around for that.
I want to knock out a couple more, so I'm starting to get a couple more days in on this, so we can start winding down, because we're like 60% through, and we are starting to get there.
Yes.
Well, thanks for coming, everybody. I'll see you later if you
Alright
come
then.
by.
Alright, see ya.
That's right, Legend of Legaia, in an hour or so, probably.